Russia has a reputation for being a nation of fighters, partly because many Russians keep wild animals, such as bears, as pets, which can be quite intimidating. In fact, some Russians keep a variety of fierce animals in captivity in their homes, including tigers. In one particular family, the two tigers they owned even viewed their cat as their mother, which sparked the curiosity of many people. One day, the man who owned the tigers took his family on a camping trip in the wilderness. While they were there, they noticed two small tigers hiding in the nearby grass. Initially, the man assumed their parents were nearby, so he didn't think much of it and moved on. However, when he returned the next day, he saw that the tigers were still there and had been crying out of hunger all night. It appeared that their parents were nowhere to be found, perhaps having been taken by hunters. The man couldn't bear to see the two helpless tigers suffering like this, so he made the decision to take them back home with him. At the time, the man had a cat in his family that had just given birth. He had an idea to see if the two tiger cubs could be nourished by the cat. Although he knew it was unlikely to work, he decided to give it a chance. He brought the cubs to the cat's den, and to his amazement, the cat didn't mind the adorable tigers at all. The cubs were starving, but they were able to drink the cat's milk because she had just given birth and had enough milk for everyone. The cat became the tiger's mother, and they quickly became part of the family. The two tiger cubs grew up with the cat and her kittens, and they were treated as if they were part of the litter. They played with the kittens, and the kittens treated them like their own brothers. In fact, the living room was always filled with laughter as the two little tigers played with the cat and the kittens, just like a real family. The man was delighted with the unexpected outcome of the tiger cubs coming into his life. Ever since they arrived, his home had become livelier than ever before. The two tigers not only got along well with the cats, but they also played with the dogs. They were always getting into mischief and making a mess of the house. Even though it was hard for the man to control them since he had raised them himself, he couldn't help but love them. Because the little tigers were always eager to win, they loved to play fight with each other. The man often found them wrestling in the living room, which he found somewhat frustrating. He had to spend a long time cleaning up after them every time because they never stopped until one of them emerged as the winner. However, whenever he intervened to stop them, they would wag their tails at him and become quiet for a little while. However, their peaceful moments were short-lived because before long, a new round of contests would begin. The cat eventually stopped nursing the cubs because they had grown up and could eat solid food. Although they didn't need milk all the time, every time they saw the cat, they would beg for milk. The cat watched them helplessly and may have felt somewhat wronged. Although it wasn't their real mother, it had to take care of them and play with them like a mother, which made it feel like it was turning into a tiger. Fortunately, the cat accepted them patiently and cared for them lovingly. Their group was always lively, and despite occasional noise, they lived together harmoniously and amiably. As the two tiger cubs grew up, they became stronger and more agile. They transformed from being two helpless little cubs to two robust tigers. When they were first brought home from the wild, they could hardly move around, but gradually they were able to explore every corner of the house. They climbed up and down the stairs and sometimes played on the stairs, teasing small children who dared to challenge them. The man was touched by the love and affection between the cat and the tigers, and he felt proud that he had been able to witness such a beautiful moment. However, he knew that the tigers belonged in the wild, and it was time for them to go back to their natural habitat. The man said his goodbyes to the tigers and the cat and left the zoo with a heavy heart. Years passed, and the man had almost forgotten about the tigers and the cat. One day, he received a call from the zoo, and was surprised to hear that the tigers were still alive and well. The zoo staff had managed to release them back into the wild, but the tigers kept coming back to the zoo to visit their mother cat. The staff had decided to keep the cat at the zoo permanently, as she had become a beloved member of the zoo community. The man felt a sense of joy and relief, knowing that the tigers had been able to live a full and free life in the wild, yet still had a special bond with their adopted mother. He visited the zoo to see the cat and the tigers, and was amazed by the sight of the two majestic creatures playing with their beloved cat. The man felt grateful for the experience and the memories that would stay with him for a lifetime.